The NSFAS allowances for the 2024 academic year. Students at TVET Colleges will receive an increased living allowance of 10,000 Rand. In contrast, university students funded by the National Financial Aid Scheme, NSFAS, will continue to get a monthly living allowance of 1650 Rand in 2024. During a briefing earlier this month, Higher Education Minister Blade Ncwane said of its financial reserves, NSFAS will pay 1 billion Rand to TVET, Technical Vocational Education and Training, colleges and 3.2 billion Rand to universities. In 2024, the living allowance will be 16,500 Rand for university students, including 3045 Rand personal care allowance and 13,455 Rand meal allowance per year. Ncwane also announced that the TVET living allowance will increase from 6,000 Rand to 10,000 Rand as part of continued efforts to bring parity between the university and TVET sectors. In addition, the department has introduced the differentiated accommodation cap between metro and non-metro areas, which will see all institutions owned or leased and private accommodation being capped at 50,000 Rand in metro areas and 41,000 Rand in other regions per academic year. Distance university students studying an equivalent full-time course credit load qualify for the personal care allowance of 3,045 Rand per academic year, and this requires a student to be registered for a minimum of 120 course credits in one academic year. Distance university students studying an equivalent full-time course credit load also qualify for a personal care allowance of 3,045 Rand per academic year, which requires a student to register at least 120 course credits in one academic year. TVET Colleges catered residence in metros is capped at 60,000 Rand, and, in other areas, it is capped at 51,000 Rand, with students qualifying for either the travel allowance or the accommodation allowance. Ncwane emphasized that TVET College students registered on an occupational qualification may qualify for allowances only if, in simulated training, students registered on an occupational qualification that has an employment contract and is paid stipend do not qualify for NSFAS allowances. Students with disabilities qualify for living allowances, including meals, at 20,000 Rand per academic year. According to the department, they only qualify for a learning materials allowance of 6,000 Rand per academic year for university students. TVET College learning material allowance is included in the cost of tuition. Please subscribe for more news updates. This is Leah for the South African.